Hey guys, Fallen Zion here again, and today I want to talk to you about the top 5 scams and how to avoid them in EVE Online. So, obviously, if you've been to JITA, you know that the biggest, most prevalent scam is everything that's posted in JITA Local. Whether it's Hypernet or people quadrupling your ISK or doubling your ISK, everything posted in JITA Local is a scam for the most part. So if you want to avoid it, just don't go into JITA Local and click on anything. It sounds simple, but obviously a lot of people are falling for this crap because they keep doing it. But 99.9% of stuff posted in JITA Local will be a scam, so just do yourself a favor and don't click it. One of my last videos was me running a courier contract, and one of my viewers posted that he was scammed from a courier contract, and that's what gave me the idea to do this video. And I'm really good at looking at courier contracts and knowing which ones are good and which ones are scams. Pretty much all the ones that are listed in the contract section, if you're looking at like the Forge, JITA area contracts, all the courier contracts there are posted there are pretty much scams. I'll show you this right now. I haven't even gone to this today, but we'll look at it right now. So I'll go to contract search. I'll go to the courier contract listing, current region, which is like the JITA area, and I'll just leave most of this blank. Yeah, and then we'll do a search, and all these contracts will pop up, and I'll just go through them really quick and show you which ones are scams and how I know they're scams and whatnot. So this one is a scam because this guy wants you to transport 20 billion worth of goods for 10 million ISK. Like, it might not necessarily be a scam in the sense that he's trying to bait you into losing money, but the problem with this one is he's paying such a low price for how much he wants you to do. So this one right here, Arakan to New Caldari, this one actually looks like a fine contract. The collateral is really low, and it's gonna take a freighter run. It's gonna be 7 million in total. It's gonna be 1 million is per jump. So actually that one looks pretty good. And let's see, this one's okay too. A lot of the ones that have these like red exclamation marks are probably scams, because the red exclamation mark is telling you that the station may be inaccessible. So this is a somebody's citadel that they own. So as soon as you accept this contract, they can go into their citadel and like remove access to their citadel. And plus they're paying like such a low amount for this as well. So it takes a little while to kind of like to figure out which ones are like totally scams and which ones aren't. So this one too, a Jill. So this is paying such a low amount for such a high, collateral as well. Like there's like, if you value your time, you're not going to do 185,000 ISK per jump just to get this contract done. Yeah. So this one is actually going from high sec to high sec. So basically the problem with this one is that you're going through low sec to deliver this, and 1 million ISK a jump to go through low sec just isn't enough. So if you don't want to get scammed by courier contracts, open it up, read it very carefully, make sure that it doesn't say low sec, unless you're sure that you can get that done. And make sure it's like at least compensating you correctly for what the work you're doing. And if it's a Citadel, my policy is I don't take any Citadel contracts unless I'll show you how I can figure out if it's legit or not. So I'll go to this guy's name. I'll go to the bars in the top right corner, and I can look at the contracts that he's issued in the past and which ones have been completed. So you'll open up the contract, go to the issuer's name, click the little bars in the top, and then show contracts. Alright, so this is going to pop up all his completed contracts. So I see there is one that's been completed to that station he's asking for. But there's only one. So you can see all his contracts here. So there is one that's been completed, but like, is it really worth the risk? Like, I don't think so. And plus, he's a relatively new character. I'm not saying that, you know, older characters don't try to scam courier contracts. They definitely do that too. But like, even this one could be a scam. So there's a lot of citadels out there. So to check this one, we can say, okay, has this guy 4904, you know, issued contracts to this station? Have they been completed? Has there been tons of contracts? And another thing too is I look for like people that I see in the haulers channel. Have reputable people that I already know about in the haulers channel ran this guy's contracts? So as soon as I open this up, I can see some failed contracts, but the ones that were failed were the ones that this guy was supposed to deliver on, but he didn't. So I'm looking for Mbeke here. He wants you to go to Mbeke and go get something for him. So yeah, this guy's saying, okay, I want you to go to Mbeke, my citadel, and deliver to another citadel. I know this citadel's good because I go there all the time, but I don't know, you know, this citadel. And the problem with this one too is it's paying such a low amount of money, like $600,000 to go over there and get this and move it to a perimeter. Just like doesn't seem worth it to me. Alright, let's talk about the next scam. So read the courier contracts carefully. There's definitely a lot of money to be made on courier contracts, but you just got to be careful with which ones you're getting. Alright, the third most common scam is that people. So as soon as you list a contract for a large amount of money, let me show you an example here. Actually, I'll just pull up the blueprint that I sold. Alright, so this blueprint right here, Marshall BPC. So I had a very valuable blueprint that was worth 5.7 billion ISK. As soon as I listed this blueprint, I got chatted up by like 3 people, and I got a couple emails about it too. Let's see, is it in the trash? Yep, here it is. Right here. So he's emailing everybody who posted a contract for this Marshall BPC blueprint copy is what I'm selling. He says, how does 5.4 billion sound for that BPC? Or do you have any built ones I could buy? You know, this doesn't sound like too sketchy at first until you get like 3 more chat messages about it from different people, and they're like, hey, what about, you know, 5.5 bill? You know, that's all well and good. I mean, those are pretty good offers, but the problem is what's going to happen is you're going to delete this contract and the blueprint is going to go back into your inventory. I'm just going to grab a random blueprint. So the blueprint's you're going to cancel the contract, the blueprint's going to go back into your inventory, and you're going to say, oh yeah, sure, let's do the deal. You know, it sounds great. And what he's going to do, he's going to be like, okay, where you at? I'm in Cheetah Local. And then he's going to trade you. And then you're going to drop your item into the trade. And then he's going to put in the amount of money. And since 5.6 billion is so many zeros, like, you're not going to be able to figure out if he's actually putting the right amount of ISK. And even if he does put the right amount of ISK, he can change it at the last second before you hit accept on the trade. So the best thing to do is just say, hey, if you want it, buy it with a contract. So if you can like tell those guys, hey, okay, you know, I can do it for a little bit cheaper, but I'll put it in a contract, and then you send them the contract. That way you know exactly how much you're going to be getting, and they know exactly how much they'll be spending, and there's no monkey business in the trade window. There's a lot of scams that happen that take place in the trade window, so avoid it. Just issue contracts, sit on it until you find the right buyer. Just don't get conned by these people that are like message you, hey, I'll pay you, you know, 200 million less for this, but we have to trade it, because they're gonna try to dupe you into something and trick you and steal your very, very valuable contract, and it's gonna ruin your day. Okay, then the 4th most common scam is the courier bait scam. So basically, some of the ones we were looking at, we'll go back to the courier contracts here. So some of the ones with like the really high collateral, and you can sort by collateral to see which ones have super high collateral. All right, let's see. So basically, what they want to do is they want to dupe you into going to a lower security area, and then as soon as you accept the contract, they're gonna call their gank buddies, and they're going to try to intercept your freighter that is overstuffed with cargo. So I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, but if you have a freighter and you put cargo expanders on it, it actually lowers the total amount of HP that you have. So let me pull up my freighter here. I got my Charon, it's a big boy. So this already looks super sketchy right off the bat. So look at this. So with 2 cargo expanders, I'm at 869,000 cubic meters that I can hold. I'd have to do a triple cargo expander Charon to fly this contract out. And what that does to my ship is it decreases the total amount of EHP, which makes me more susceptible to ganks. So I'll put the cargo expander on there here, and you can see that it dropped about 15,000 EHP. So if I take all my cargo expanders off, you can like see the HP rising, because the cargo expanders lower the amount of HP by a certain factor. And it should tell you here it lowers it by 23%. So you lose 23% of your hit points just by putting these expanders on. So in my opinion, this looks like a bait gank contract. Like he's gonna bait you out into Hatamo. You're gonna be triple expanded. He's gonna call his gank buddies. He's gonna blow you up, and they're gonna split 10 billion is collateral that you're gonna lose if your ship explodes doing this contract. And he offered the reward pretty high to get you out there. But as soon as you accept it, he's probably gonna call his buddies and try to gank you. And you can kind of tell, like, if you go to this guy's character, you say, okay, he's only, he's less than 150 days old, and we can go to his, show contracts, see if any are completed. Oh, look, they're all failed. Surprise. I wonder why they were failed. We can dig deep into it and find out exactly what happened to Buzz Lightyear if we really want to, but I'm assuming he exploded, unfortunately. Because just, even if you're not going to get ganked, hauling this amount of ISK, which is definitely not in there, but hauling, being triple expanded, he's definitely baiting you out. And yeah, so you gotta look at stuff like that and be like, okay, the reward's really good, but I'm putting up so much amount of money, there's so much risk, and I'm going to a, it's high sec, but I'm going to a lower security status area. This just doesn't feel right. So basically, I don't even usually pick any of these contracts. I just wait for the haulers channel to issue some contracts and put them, and just drag and drop them and put them in here. And then I'll look at them and be like, okay, this one looks okay, this one's not too crazy on the collateral, he's paying over $1 million per jump. This one is actually like a decent contract. You just gotta be in Rens to do it. This one, in my opinion, is not reasonable at all, because you have to put this 150,000 cubic meters inside of your freighter, which is in itself worth about 2 billion now. So now you're flying around 5.5 billion ISK based on this collateral, and you're risking all that to only make 50 million. Yeah, that's just not worth it to me. If they were paying a lot more, it might be more worth it. But this is just not a good contract. The 5th most common scams is the dual bait scam. So basically, let me get in a different ship and undock from Jita and show you what happens. So once you undock, if you don't have this setting on, you'll get a request to duel, and if you accept that request, you'll say, oh, he's just in a validator. I can probably kill him because I'm in this confessor. I could probably kill him really quick. So what's going to happen is you're going to duel him. You're both going to be suspect to each other, so you can fight, right? So what you do is you warp scram him and you start fighting him. What he's going to do, he's gonna dock back up and go get a battleship, and undock and warp gram you, and you can't dock, and you're stuck right there, and he's gonna blow you up. He's gonna kick your butt because you can't run, and you've already agreed to duel him. So basically, he's gonna dock back up, get a bigger ship, blow you up. The way to avoid this is if you go to the settings, you can set it to automatically reject dueling invitations. So here it is, dueling auto reject invitations. You want to make sure that's on, and then that's it. Then you don't have to worry about accidentally accepting a duel with somebody and then being baited into attacking them because they're just in a rookie ship or whatever they're in. Alright, and then I have one more bonus one for you guys. And that is the pay to join a corp scam. So if you ever are approached by a corp that wants you to pay millions or billions of IS to join them, it's a scam. They're going to take your money, and then they're going to try to exploit you even further, and then they're going to kick you out of the corp. A corp, isn't a place that you should have to pay to join. It's a place where you go to learn, where you go to have fun, hopefully, where you get to meet some awesome people. I've met some of the coolest people, that I've ever met in the EVE world. And, you become friends with these people, you get in fleets, and that just makes your fleet stronger if everybody trusts each other, and if you have to pay to join a corp, it's already built on deception, it's already built on lies. You're not going to have any fun, you're going to get exploited. So just don't pay to join any corp, and if they ask you to do it, just decline and say, hey, I don't want to pay to join, maybe we can do mining together if that's what y'all do, and check it out. If you want to get the full list of scams in EVE, the EVE University has a good list of all of them. I would highly recommend you read all of that, and to protect yourself from all the many scams in EVE. And the reason that the scams in EVE are so popular is because CCP doesn't give you your money back if you get scammed. It's just part of the game, really, and they don't really encourage it, but they don't discourage it either. So it's part of the game. It happens a lot. It happens to new players, and whenever it happens to new players, they get really discouraged and they stop playing the game, and they're like, oh, that game was horrible, and they just didn't give it a chance. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I want you guys to have fun, and I want you guys to not get scammed. I want you to protect your ISK. So hopefully this list helped you, and if it did, I'm glad, and hopefully you continue your EVE journey and have a lot of fun. And really appreciate you watching, and have a great day.